Hello and welcome back to my Launch Complexes dev stream of RP-1, where things are a bit different. As you can see, we have more money and we have fewer scientists. Uh, Made that change because... Why is that tool failing? That's strange. What's that later? Thought it was a... Anyway, I made that change because there's now an extra R&D complex level. As a midway. So that's rather more affordable. So even if I don't accept any contracts, I can run about 2 years. But these are going to take rather longer to complete because I have the number of researchers that I... Okay, so in just shy of 2 weeks, we need to get the completion for the completion of the solar-powered satellite contract. Looks like I can fly an X-plane high. And I'm going to go ahead and hire a few more engineers. So I can start building rockets, both launch complexes, given how long it takes. So I know I'm going to want to do that one. And I don't think I want to accept that yet. Okay, take quite a long time. Oh, you got to be kidding me. What's the button to, well, input locks, and I can't remember. I'll just do it from console. Okay. There we go. I also need to fix that bug, but that I know how to fix. Dialog. Okay. There. That's that bug fixed. Yeah, let's wait the 2 weeks. Finish that contract. Slightly over 2 weeks, but that's okay. No, I literally haven't been in the tracking station yet. Hey, what the heck? Iteration reset, you have to track it the whole 2 weeks? I'm not going to do that. Oh shoot, I didn't put a micrometeorite detector on it. I was dumb. Well, we'll put a micrometeorite detector on the polar orbiting satellite. Yeah, we've got a lot of instruments. Yeah, so this will put in polar orbit. The only problem with, oh, I forgot to. This is solar powered. How is that going to work in polar orbit? Well, if we launch it polar out of Cape, I think we want the sun directly over our head, and we'll use 2 solar panels. Or, wait a minute. Okay. It's going to complete 2 months from now, December 1st. So if we launch due south, the sun will be, and we want to launch, I think due like retrograde slightly south in the afternoon towards evening. And then the sun will be somewhat incident on us. I think that'll be okay. Polar with solar power is a problem. Oh yeah, I have to close. And let's start one of these being manufactured here. That's a long time. But at least the engineers will start skilling up there. Okay, and how far are we away from next 15? We're pretty far, because we'll have to build it. So that's 285 days from now. Oh, sorry, no, that's... Yeah, that's about a year from now. A little over a year from now. Well, that's fun. We can almost do this. What we have. We can do this with what we. Just an even crazier ascent. But we don't have the payload for any of that. So we can do 4 more of these contracts. So I guess we should do one now. Okay. Now we can speed up. Okay, gonna switch to regular, start our climb. Here we go. All right, that's as close as I want to push it. Yeah, that's why, because we're getting awfully near 75 kilometers. That's weird. Sorry, my headphones are misbehaving. Okay, trying again. That was super weird. Almost got above 40 kilometers, can we? Yes, just barely. Okay. Okay, apparently after many good years of service, my headphones are dying. So that's what's that. There's the Cape up ahead. And if anyone is in chat, if you can tell me whether I'm audible, because I don't know whether my mic is dead or just the cans. Oh, good. I'm glad to know the microphone still works. Thanks, and welcome, Criblets. Oh, yeah, okay. I guess my headphones have stopped freaking out because it seems like things are okay now. But yeah, I've had these headphones for like 8, 9 years. I already replaced the hinge once. Yeah, these are the old Logitech wireless headphones that like your microwave interferes with sometimes. Hasn't happened to me, but I know a lot of people had problems with it. I think they're G940s. What are they? No, G930 maybe. Yeah, G930. Yeah, they're the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. So, quite attached to them. Yeah, my hinge broke like 4 months ago or so, but I got a replacement hinge off eBay and repaired it, and it was fine. But that reminds me, like the old MX Revolution that I used forever and bought replacements from on eBay, I should get more replacements for these off eBay because it's the only place to get them now. All right, guess it's time we should start our search. Given that the runway is right there. Yeah, I have the successor model at work, but it's nowhere near as comfy. It clamps my head a little much. Guess I have a fat head. I mean, you also should do the thing that I mentioned, which is fire half your researchers, because I changed the cap. Assuming you're capped at researchers. Assuming you updated the DLL. Okay. Final flare. There. Good landing. Okay. Got those rewards. Yeah, I literally just submitted a fix before I started streaming. So you'll want to update for that. Okay, put back there. Okay. Now that's still 2 months away. So yeah, we'll get to do our polar launch. Oh, that's doable. Okay, we're at 97.26. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I'm going to update this based on the other one. Okay, I don't believe there's anything else we can do. Just warp. All right, so I'm at about 200K a year. Okay, that completes much sooner. 79 days. Yeah, so once that's done, we will update whatever of this that hasn't launched yet for using the much better antenna. Draws so much less. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we need to launch pretty much due south. maybe even somewhat retrograde. All right, let's see how this works. I don't think it will work well. Yuck, it lost all the settings. $5.23. All right, we'll try that. And then we'll launch to minus and see how that works. All right. Now, okay, so we have a hope of being somewhat sun aligned. See how this works. 70. Nope. All right, so I have a few more mechjib fixes to make. All right, at least it saved those settings. One more time. Ah, shoot. This also got reset. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing a career with launch complexes, so. This is the 12th episode worth of it, I think? All right, let's watch the AJ-10 fail to ignite. Yeah, I mean, funding is basically going to have to be redone for them, which is why we're playtesting. One of the reasons we're playtesting it. I mean, there's also just a bunch of bugs with it, but also to try to get a sense of the balance. I mean, given that we have to do a bunch of rebalancing, it'll be a while, but it's basically playable now, like as demonstrated by this. Oh shoot. Forgot I have to do the stop at stage thing. There. All right. Ooh, I'm not sure we'll have enough delta V for orbit. That's bad. So we're heading 181. Yeah, I don't know about this. Probably need a different trajectory.
Hey there.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm finding that I think I'm going to need a different trajectory for this polar launch.
Oh, how come?
Because I don't quite have the delta V to make polar orbit.
Oh yeah, and you're up at 250. Sorry, I just jumped into the stream.
All good.
Is this a sim?
No. I thought I was going to be okay. I'm not.
Oh well, you'll get some data out of it.
Yep. Oh, we might just barely make it. We'll see.
Oh, cool. GCRC overperformed, maybe?
Slightly. Wait. Above 240? I thought it was above 224. That's not good. So basically, yeah, I would have need to have launched even higher anyway.
Or Baby Sergeant reverse kick.
I mean, yes. That is a thing that I could do. It would mess up using the solar panel, though.
What I did when I did that was to make for even smaller solar
Yes,
panels.
yes, you could do it that way too.
Made
Yes.
a flower around it.
Yes.
I mean, it still looked stupid. Let's be clear.
All right, so this completed the polar orbit contract, but not the atmospheric analysis contract, and that's fine because I'll launch one of those equatorial.
Also, mine looked even more like Vanguard because I used a cone for my science stage rather than a sphere.
Vanguard was a sphere.
Vanguard was a sphere. Sorry, I'm thinking of
You're thinking of Object D, maybe?
what am I thinking of? I'm sorry.
So
Explorer. I was thinking of Explorer.
oh yeah.
Duh. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. All right. Well, that was a partial success. Oh, and the other thing was I did do the thing where the cap is now 150, and there's an early upgrade.
And it gives a research boost.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
try it
research
out.
boost is 20 instead of 25.
I'm not complaining. I was noticing.
Yeah. Yep. Also, it stacks multiplicatively now instead of additively.
Okay, yeah, that makes things better and more clear on what it does.
Yeah.
It's all gonna have to get retuned anyway with programs.
Yep. All right, that completes 312. Completes 824. Vanguard 3. Okay. That completes in a week. Then we'll start tracking station upgrading.
I would consider whether the fact that you gave it a bonus would over incentivize people to get it and then not act like the hint / gate that you wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, we can start the bonuses only with the next one.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the bonuses
Yeah.
themselves, more just the, like, if we're using it as both as pacing, it's not going to work out.
Yeah. I mean, it effectively is because you have to pay that much extra early. So it's still doing that.
Yeah, but by the time you get to 150 scientists that you're paying $150,000 thousand funds a year for, probably would want to pay for that boost anyway, just given how much it cheapens
True.
your ongoing costs.
True. Yeah, that's 30. It'll pay for itself in a bit over 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It is a tricky problem, though.
All right, and that about does it for things that Vanguard can do. Because I definitely don't have the throw to launch that. This takes 80, which I also don't have the throw for, especially with those orbital parameters. So I think I just have to start building you know what? This is sort of a waste, but all right. Let's see. Oh yes, Thor phone variants. How tall was?
Or with the changes to launch complexes, Nathan also made it so that instead of just getting R&D and VAB points, now you have staff that are kind of doing the same thing, but they're much more heavily weighted to maintaining them, paying their salaries essentially, rather than just buying them up front and then having them forever. So that's a pretty big change. Like everything, it's much more how much are you paying for your science program year to year, rather than how much are you investing in it year to year with a permanent benefit.
So, yeah, we certainly don't need more than about 30 meters on that. Because I'm going to have a shorter. All right, that's cheap.
Our able caps out at 28 meters.
Yeah, but I have a slightly fatter able, but actually not that fat. You're right. So we'll do 30 meters. And 6 in case I want to put casters on it, because it's cheap enough. And 60 tons is probably fine.
I imagine. Are you still at 3/4, or are you?
Yeah.
That doesn't give me much room for additional casters, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, would I even be flying it with? I don't know.
I mean, you can strap on 3 if you build a 45-ton rocket, which is still significant, I guess.
I thought they were like 2 tons. Are they not 2 tons?
They're 4,
Oh, okay.
if memory serves.
Okay.
And for rocket optimization, memory is very good, so I think I'm pretty
Yes.
right on this.
Yes. This historic gross augmented Thoragina was gross. Yeah. 69 tons. But that's within a Gina B. Delta D was only 63 tons. All right, let's see if what happens if we. That's easy enough. 38, 40. Yeah, that makes not very much of a difference. The downside is that if I go to 69 tons, then I'm not sure I have the room at the bottom. So probably what I would do is do 60 tons and then renovate it if I want to use boosters.
Yeah. I'm not.
Which
That comment was not to suggest you change your plan. More that just saying that using the same LSC for a thrust augmented version doesn't give you a lot of room for SRB additions in general.
Yes. Interestingly, you can just barely do with these numbers. You can just barely do delta, which was 50.7 tons gross liftoff weight, and 69 for thrust augmented or Regina.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's only 2 million more, so might as well do that. And that said, I probably would have to just overburn the engine a bit. So what's to get it up to 51 tons liftoff. Because I'm going to have lighter tanks.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, let's do it.
I mean, to get to being able to strap on 4 casters, you could just do a 65-ton pad too. That gives you 16 tons plus a bit of margin.
Yeah, but I'll do this. This will be fine.
Okay.
In case it fails, how long do I have until that contract expires? October 55. So we've got plenty of time. And miraculously enough, at least until our solar panels decay too much, which I presume Kerbalism tracks. I've never actually noticed whether Kerbalism tracks. We actually do have enough electricity, just barely, to run all the experiments.
Cool.
I was really worried about how that would work polar. But we're good.
I mean, aren't most of your experiments short ones anyway?
No, micrometeorite is 90 days.
Okay.
You're kidding me.
What?
Apparently it's not eccentric enough.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. I thought I was going to be eccentric enough, but I guess it's not. Well, this one will definitely be eccentric enough because we have another 500 meters per, 400 something meters per second to play with. So that'll be fine. Center range comps. Okay, and then reset the input lock because I have a bug. And all right, we've got a bunch of construction workers. Yeah, the amount of orbital precession that's going on is not going to affect the eccentricity that much, I don't think. All right, and that's not a very expensive outlay in terms of materials. Okay, we've paid almost 40% of that. I think I actually want to do that first. So we can start. Yeah, no, I mean, unless it's going to dunk me deep into the atmosphere, it's not going to materially affect the eccentricity of that orbit. Why did the alarm clock turn on? There we go. All right. So we now have more science. Let me get better solids because we want the Altair. Better rockets. Especially the AJ-1042. Very badly. Want the AJ-1042 very badly.
You also want those upgraded casters, or do you already have them?
I don't need the casters that badly. Like, I'm future-proofing the pad, but I'm mostly going to be able to do everything I want to do with Thor for a while.
Oh.
Like, basically the only... So the reason I would need a larger launch vehicle is probably for lunar orbit. Definitely for interplanetary probes, and definitely for Mercury. But that requires a whole new launch complex. Like, casters alone aren't going to cut it. And it'll be a while before I'm doing like ComSat missions that. How long is that going to take? A very long time. Both of these are going to take a very long time. Yeah, because we want to start building our X-15 alike pretty soon. All right, so let's complete that contract. Nothing to do but warp. Oh, and buy the comms upgrade. All right, now we can warp. And I think that's all that I really need to worry about. hangar. There's this launch complex. It's going to be done fairly soon. Going to need a bunch of money to tool the tanks for Thor. All right. Oh, I was dumb about using one piece of avionics for the whole launch vehicle. And the reason I was dumb is that for Thor, I'll definitely need 2 separate avionics. So I should have only used separate, I should have used separate avionics such that I wouldn't have to retool 2 different avionics for Thor.
Actually getting better avionics anyway.
Not until basic avionics.
Okay.
Which I would like, but don't have. All right. Let's see how the AJ-10 behaves today.
I've generally only used one avionics unit for all those spin stabilized launches, so I don't know.
Yeah, but this is set to control 11 tons. And I don't think I want to have an avionics unit set to control 60 tons that I carry with me on the able stage.
Oh,
Like,
sure, yeah.
you've been doing that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, but I mean, what point being that the avionics unit that I'd been using to do FSO and FO and those early satellite missions, I was entirely throwing away anyway.
Yes, that's true. Right, and my plan was to not actually throw this away because I use everything from here up. On the next, just have a different first stage.
Sure.
But I was dumb about the avionics. It saved me like 4,000 funds at the time. Let's see what that looks like.
I think with single avionics is also a significant build cost reduction if you can get the delta V you need out of it, so it's not that bad of an option.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did save a fair amount build time. That is a good point.
And now build time is even more expensive than it used to be.
Yes. All right. This should work. Atmospheric analysis doesn't have an inclination requirement. Just has an apogee and perigee requirement, 240. All right, so we're going to 270, which I presume is going to be fine. So let's try it. That's very, very, very reddish orange, John.
Yep.
I think purple, really, I guess. Oh, it's coloring the cloud and we're flying through the cloud. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Took me a second to figure out what the heck was happening. Now, here comes the moment of truth. That went better than feared.
So far, so good.
I mean, we'll see. Don't want to bag it. But yeah, that was rather better.
Your margin on that AJ seems to have disappeared, though.
That's not good. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that Delta V. Oh. No, we didn't have a performance loss. We didn't. That's super weird.
You're gonna really have to nail this kick given your current apoapsis.
Yep.
The engine just underperformed.
No, I don't think it underperformed by that much.
Why does it still think you've got 500 meters per second on stage 3? That's weird.
Oh, because it's. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like it's got a bunch of. It's got almost 10% reserves, more than 10% of its nitric acid left. So it underperformed because we rolled very badly on the mixture ratio.
That's an absurdly bad roll. Did you maybe not update the fuel mix? You know, the same engine the whole time, right?
Yeah, haven't touched anything.
That's a really bad roll if that's true.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see if I did it right. Yes.
Much too high.
Okay.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, was only 2 kilometers shy of my actual apogee, so that was pretty hot. Actually, only about a kilometer and a half. So yeah, now we just have to force run thermometer and barometer. And yes, we certainly have enough eccentricity for the micrometeorite detector. Okay, now we can stop these. Oh, right, I don't have comms, so I can't stop them. Give me comms again.
Like Simav is jumping in to assist you with stuff. Looking back through dev talk.
Hmm?
Sorry,
Yeah. Simo's been working on programs for a week or so.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Why don't we have comms? We should be over the horizon with a tracking station. Kano in Nigeria. Why do we not actually have comms? Do we have like crap for an antenna? Probably. Yeah, 20 dBm. All right, so we gotta wait for the PSN. Oops, we had comms for a sec, but I warped through it. Okay, comms through Australia. Millamused, yes. I know how Principia works. I really honestly do. I mean, I'm still learning the tricks of the trade, but like, I get how it works.
I don't, so I'll be interested to see how it works by watching you.
Yeah, in terms of like feeding everything off to its own native integrator, and like you get instantaneous results, but they're obviously not constant. As you can see by that shifting.
No, I meant like I'll be interested to see what the gameplay impacts
Oh,
are.
yes. I also will be interested to see the gameplay impacts as I'm learning those as I go along. But yeah, but in terms of the technical mechanics. And our comms are so slow.
I will happily continue to just try and imbibe the barest gist of the technical mechanics so I can sound smart when I talk to dumber people.
Yeah, Egga's force-fed me enough of the papers involved that like maybe a tenth of it stuck, maybe 100th, maybe 1,000th. Did I tell you the story of him trying to teach me calculus, except the kind of calculus he was teaching me was actually set theory?
No, you didn't tell me that
Because
story.
never ever let a met like a math grad student try to teach you math. It's a mistake. It is absolutely a mistake.
Yes, I am very satisfied with the level of math I learned and the level of math I stopped at.
Yes.
I have this good grasp of like, I wouldn't say algebra, but like, yeah, like that level of math I get at an intuitive level, and it makes me make reasoned decisions about things about in my job much faster than people who are bad
Yes.
at math in general. But at the same time, if you show me like this Lagrangian or like even just a complicated integral, I'd be like, Can
Yeah.
I hand this to a programmer?
I mean, but what a programmer is going to do is hand it to a computational algebra system, or just like an integrator or something, and have it run on it. Whereas a mathematician will actually give you a closed form solution,
Yeah.
maybe, if you're lucky, or they'll run away screaming.
Well, I mean, I also like a good programmer will look at a paper full of formulas and say, I can come up with an algorithm that does this,
Yes.
and I will not. I'm just like, there's too many Greek letters on this page.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the English or read a summary and get like the gist of it and be able to know how much I need to know for the design and whether I should let somebody work on this or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working with a programmer who was doing like calculating buoyancy and like center of buoyancy and like fluid dynamics enough for this boat simulation we were working on. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. You do all that. I'm glad that
Yes.
that I just found some of these papers for you to look at.
Yeah.
That said, I am always happy when I get a couple of those programmers to work with. I need to get somebody to help me figure out how to do dual contouring on voxels now, and I wish I had more than one guy who was capable of doing that, because that one
Yes.
guy also needs to do all of our physics work and all
Yeah.
of all
Yeah.
of our other graphics work.
That is kind of how that works. It's like guy who knows what he's doing knows what he's doing in many fields.
Yes.
Kind of
Yes.
host. So Squirrel, when you launch target land, what inclination are you giving it to launch into? Because it sounds like so. It sounds like what you're doing is launching to plane of target rather than launching to a target land. Because if you're launching to a target land, it'll launch into whatever inclination you tell it to launch into. And generally for the moon, uh, it's not going to be obvious what inclination you want to launch into, um, because so I didn't like I literally did not know the reason for this until I tried doing lunar launches from Pripyat, which I think you saw me do. Um, is that the reason why all those Apollo lunar launches launched into weird inclinations? Um, is because so if in 1969 at the July launch window or whatever for Apollo 11, um, if you launch to 32 degrees and do a TLI, at arrival at the moon, you will be almost exactly equatorial. And that is why they launched to 32 odd degrees. Um, so yeah, what you put in there is the land of the moon, um, which you find out by targeting. So turn on body targeting in Principia, target the moon, and in MechJeb or whatever your info mod of choice, look at what its LAN is. And that's the LAN you put in. And you probably want to launch to something like about 33 degrees in terms of inclination. But yeah, that's how you do that. Whatever the moon's LAN is. If you wanna be even more exact about it, you can try to predict what the moon's LAN will be 5 days from then. And I guess sorry, no, no, I'm lying. You want to launch to the current LAN. So yeah, it's if you go into like target info in one of the in the custom window editor in MechJeb, you can get target LAN, and that's how you find that out. Okay, so yeah, so launch to that LAN and to an inclination of say 32 degrees. And then perform TLI at the AN or the DN, depending on which of the launch windows you launched into. Alright, do I even want to build another Vanguard? I don't think so. I think I actually don't. Because there really isn't. Because I sure as heck can't get it circular. Can't really do sun synchronous orbit because I don't have precise control over my eccentricity. That's too high a payload requirement. That's too high a payload requirement. That's a ha ha ha, no way. So yeah, I'm kind of blocked until we start launching Thors. So yeah, I guess I'm going to scrap this. So our 3 Vanguards have done their jobs. And that's probably about all I'm going to do with that rocket, like ever. Although we are going to use 2 of the 3 stages, and later we'll use the 3rd stage as a 2nd stage for Thor. All right, so I guess goodbye, wonderful 77% efficiency. That's very sad. Hello, lots of construction workers. And I guess I might as well modify this one too. Oh, lol. I still need to leave some people in it to finish the reconditioning. Okay. Now everybody can leave. That's an interesting gotcha. I totally forgot about that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need more than 1 Thor pad. Question is, let me load. This. How heavy is this? This is 148 tons. Oh yeah, because it's right, because it's 3 engine per stage. Can I get away with making it with 2 engines? Maybe? It'll have a lot less delta V, that's for sure. Yeah, and that's going to be less than 120 tons. So how heavy is this? 3.4 tons. Nope, that was already optimal. Yeah, this isn't even enough to get to them. Yeah, having that third engine really makes a difference. Okay, so that gives us a TLI capability of 130 kilograms. I think that's workable. Oh, except I think this may be wrong. Yes. Yes, it was. That's why. Okay. Okay, 220 kilograms. That's enough to be going interplanetary with. Like, what do you usually send in your first interplanetary?
Me?
Yeah.
Um,
About how heavy?
Sorry, is it interplanetary flyby or interplanetary
Flyby.
flyby? Less than that.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, usually I'm doing flyby if I can get away with it unguided, but I haven't done flyby in a while with residuals the way they are, and when I did, the last time I used a little bit of RCS cheating, I think.
Yeah.
Although that RCS cheating was within near Earth orbit, so not terrible cheating.
God, that antenna is heavy. Oh, because it's TL1 or TL0 or whatever. Okay, so yeah, I think I can get away with a 120-ton pad. Two engines for that. Oh, totally didn't check how tall it was, though. So let's see how tall it is.
My last playthrough, I was still doing lunar stuff when I got distracted by other things. And this was the one that was going very slow because I was launching everything from a plane.
Oh, that one, yeah.
The relaunch took an extra 10 minutes minimum. No, I mean, maybe 6 or 7 extra minutes. My planes were basically just jet engines with very light wings.
Yes.
It was fun seeing them ascend at like 70 degrees off the runway with a rocket strapped underneath them.
Yeah.
I mean, because they had very little fuel, they were all just all afterburner all the way to separation.
All right. Am I liable to need something taller than that? Probably not.
I assume LP stuff does not count for the rocket height.
No. No, it doesn't count for anything.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have to make a human rated pad at some point. But we'll start with this one.
Modify pad to be human rated.
Yeah, you can modify it. It'll just take a while. Okay, we now have Launch Complex 17. It's ready to launch Thor Delta. needs to be 914. Go there. And there. Get to be did. Oh, that's interesting. Why doesn't that show up?
Doesn't what show up?
I see this thing, the dual horn. Is it like deprecated or something?
Nobody stuck it on variants, did they?
Hmm? There's a model that has different variants. Here's the 69. I don't see it on that one.
Guess they missed it.
Oh, there's RCS block and then RCS quad, and they're different.
They...
Looks like they're using the same model. Yeah, they're using the same model. So what's the difference? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know why they would have put stuff into the variant system and then but kept 2 copies of it. Essentially the same stuff.
Yeah, that looks like there's a problem somehow.
But it's nice they used it at all, so that's good.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of stuck it into 1.12 because I thought it would be a good idea to come back to RP-1 with it.
Yep. And then horizontal adjust. Okay. Oh wait, this is the stupid wrong shape for stage. Yeah, I'm not tooling 1.8 meters. I refuse. I refuse. Gate. And the mount needs to be Shroud XL. Okay. Near Earth. Basic avionics. Heavy are we in total? Also, wasn't that bug supposed to be fixed in conformal details? Yeah, supposed to be fixed. That's sad.
Tried to get conformal decals into stock too, but became the kind of like half-ass solution that it is now.
Oh, what even do you have in stock for that?
We have a bunch of parts that are decals that fit on specific
Oh, okay. Yeah.
specific radius tanks.
Yep.
So essentially pre-modeled, but you can choose their textures, stuff like that. And
Yep.
you can there's a folder to get new textures into them, but not as good as, you know, actual projected texture decals.
Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be a... Oh, it's... Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get the... Heck with this. I'm gonna get the good stage. Which I think is from Albacore B. Yes, that looks better. Although... Yeah, we'll take this one. This thing is going to be so short and shrimpy. Yes, it is. And don't have access to you. I'm sort of tempted to wait until I can get the LR87 and just not go down the path of LR79s at all. But I need something now. So we're going to do this now. Good lord, the reliability sucks. 96% even at max reliability. Bad news.
Current ignition chance 76%. Nice.
Yes. And what's the rated burn time on this anyway? Okay. Okay, this is almost capable of translunar injection, like right now. I just have to do a direct descent, which is hard. Very hard.
Yeah, even I don't do direct descents to lunar. I mean, I guess it's possible for just a flyby, but
All right, let's. Okay, here's the part, and the part is RO restock plus RCS block dual. Why does this part not exist? Let's see. Module man, big cache. Category none, tech hidden is true. All right, so why is it getting deprecated? Who deprecates it? Let's see. Okay, I think it may be Restock Plus itself that's hiding them. Control. Yeah. Okay, so for some reason, yes, Restock. The latest version of Restock Plus includes the part, but defaults it to hidden. Yeah, we should fix that in RO. Well, that explains where they went. this. There we go. That's good enough. Okay, that looks correct. That is not correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. All right. Now, if I were a better trajectory designer, I would fly a direct descent lunar mission. Because I think we probably have the delta V for it, actually. But I don't really want to try to research the exact hour that Pioneer Zero launched and replicate that, which is easier than designing the trajectory myself. It's always better to crib from reality. Okay. We are a little light. We are in fact 1.1 tons light. All right, and we need a reasonable amount of coast. What is the power draw on this? Power draw on this is 111 watts. Set degree on
Slap on the single caster now, you'll have something that you don't need to do direct descent with.
That's true. It's very true.
And also hits your target tonnage.
Yes. Um, all right, that's the right configuration. Or we could do it this way. And we want 3 minutes of vernier burn. Oh, I need to fix the staging. There. 2 and actually. Six minutes. Okay. And now we're within the limits. That's fine. Didn't need to put a caster on it. Although, you're correct that not putting a caster on it means that we don't... Oh, no, we actually are capable of TLI if we do a direct descent, which we're not going to be insane.
Yeah, you're capable of doing TLI with direct descent, but you only have 8,900 delta V for reach.
Oh, which is actually probably enough.
With a TWR of 1.2?
Yes, but a time to orbit of 5 minutes. That raises fast.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Let's see. Also, we're going to have an AJ1042 pretty soon. That will help things. That will help things a lot. All right, meanwhile, let's fix the guidance here. 56 is fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We're on AV, oh, we're gonna have to tool it anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Slightly heavier. 512 watts. All right, that's fine. Okay. Oops. What's that? Okay, there are all the umbilicals set up. This is a horrifying mess of unreliable engines, but see how it works.
Which is your tool cost?
It's like 110 for the engine, and then my guess is probably another 15K to tool. I didn't actually check, but
yeah, I meant the overall tool cost of the rocket.
Oh, actually, it'll be more than that because the avionics, both avionics.
Sorry, I meant the rocket's cost once it's tooled.
Oh, I see. I don't know. Probably about the same cost that the Vanguard is, actually, which is horrifying. I think we're going to want 0.56-ish. Stop at stage 3 again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be a little bit short, but we'll see. We're also underperforming a little bit because this tank is nowhere near full utilization, because otherwise it would be too short and stubby and I'd have to tool it again when I upgrade the engine. So I don't know whether I actually want to shrink it to fit, or if I want to do a tank shaped like the actual Thor, where it's
Q-tip. Wasn't the Thor looked like?
Thor Able with the bulbous fairing, or Thor Delta as well. Yeah, low drag fairing didn't look that bad, but the bulbous fairing looked pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, like to me it looked like a Q-tip with somebody put a handle on.
Yes. Or an electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet if I underfuel the kick motor such that it's only 3.3 km/sec, we might be able to make orbit.
Maybe that doesn't actually pull off that much weight.
Yeah, it's not really going to. Switching to the AJ1042 will make a big difference once that unlocks.
Yeah. Make it more reliable too.
Yes. Also get the S3D, which will make a big difference. Oh, no, actually, we're probably going to be okay. Unless I get really bad mixture ratio variation. Because we'll probably make back the 75 meters per second.
is that bearing's getting hot?
Because we're going real fast.
Yeah, but you're at 90 kilometers.
Yep, but going real fast. Yeah, see, we made most of it back.
Yep.
Hello, Raiders. Yep, like I said, we made it back.
Yep. Did not have faith, but you did.
Yep. Night, Denbratu. Okay, so that was successful. I just need to fix that really annoying thing where the roll thruster gets caught on the
Interstage.
yeah.
I need to go to bed myself, so
Yeah, I
good
gotta.
luck with that.
Yeah, it's already 1:30. I gotta.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks for coming by. Okay. That looks fine. That's a huge increase in staff. So we can have 120. So build time will be a third of that. Sorry. Third of that. That's pretty decent. So about the same as Vanguard. It just takes 3 times as many people. And we'll start scaling up. Meanwhile, the tooling cost is 35K. That's more than I thought. Oh, because the... All right, that tank is more expensive to tool than I thought it would be. It's already 28K. And then a bunch of other miscellaneous. But yeah, looks like we have our first real useful launch vehicle. And I'm definitely going to have to hire a bunch of staff. That finishes in a while. It will give me the better AJ10. It also gives me the S3D, I believe. 1042. And S3D. Yep. All right. So that's critical. We don't want to fly more of this than we have to. But I am also a goner for tonight. Sorry to bail right after all you raiders got here, but leaving myself. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you next time. Night.